Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Planet Coaster live stream.
We're live.
We're here, yes, live. Here at Frontier Developments to talk to you, lovely, 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 lovely people, about the very, very exciting 1.8 update, the free update coming to Planet Coaster soon. Soon. So of course we and hello everybody. Look at all the lovely people in the chat. We'll introduce these two wonderful Planet Coaster experts here. Who we've got? Do you want to call some of them out? Go on.
Locan, ET Stream, Brian, CV Foxy, Moonlight, AQ,
Tom DeLong, Lawrence and Franco, Tilly Twos.
Wow, there's loads of these. Snowman.
Games for Tom.
Games for Tom. Oh, I love Games for Tom.
Would you say that all of the best ones are here?
I think everyone is the best.
All of them. Everyone is the best, and you're all here. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Everyone is.
And we, of course. So here we go. I'll do that. We might as well do that right now. We've got, of course, the lovely. What are we doing? Why are we here again?
I don't know. I just
we have the lovely.
Somebody said, "Go in this room."
Sam Denney.
Hello.
Spoiler Sam Denney. How are you doing?
I'm brilliant, thanks.
Very
pretty
good,
tired actually today. It's like been
You've
a busy
been
day.
you've been working hard.
Look at the grey.
No,
How much I'm more grey than I've ever been today.
This
is just today.
You could chart the live streams across the last 3 years.
Yeah,
and you see
how
just
long this is getting longer and longer. I'm even getting like badger stripes here. Look at that.
But the even more special guest is, of course,
the beautiful, godlike, almost Grecian god, Chisholm.
Robert Chisholm.
Thank you.
Rob, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Everyone give lots of love to Rob.
Why should they?
So beautiful.
Why should they give love to Rob?
Because Rob is a very good programmer and he's been very, very busy making very awesome things, which we're going to talk about tonight.
Excellent stuff. So yeah, it's important to note that, of course, we recently announced the Theme Makers Toolkit. That is something we're not going to be talking about at all tonight.
What's Toolmakers Theme Kit?
Theme Makers Toolkit.
Theme Makers So we will not be talking about that, but we will be talking about it in the future. But not tonight. Tonight we're focusing on the 1.8 free.
Oh, but the Theme Makers Toolkit. Oh my God! What are we going to talk about on that one? It's mental.
But as you know as well, of course.
But we're not talking about that tonight, are we?
No, we're not.
What are we talking about, Ed?
Tonight we're talking about the free 1.8 update. So,
free?
Of course,
How
that's
much?
Right. Well, you know, for every person who owns Planet Coaster, this is just going to roll out onto your Steam clients, and you're going to get this for free. So all the content that we're talking about tonight is free
how
for
are we
you
making
guys.
money?
Well, as you know, as people have sort of often surmised as well, that we often release something along the same at the same time, but we won't be talking about that at all either. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sometimes we do that, but that's again we're not talking about that tonight. We're going to be talking about the free 1.0 that's coming very soon. So, without further ado, I'm going to leave you in. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to sit here in the middle of you because I'm going to ask questions. There's going to be. It's very cozy.
Yeah.
On this beach that we're on, but I like it. And there's going to be a chance for people to talk to the lovely people in the chat, like 3P Music, who says Rob is so smiley. I love him already. Hi, Sam Denney. I can see this.
3P Music. Hello. He's lovely. I love. Oh yeah. He's
Okay, so Tom says, "Let Sam talk, Ed." I'm going to. Look,
let you talk. You don't want to hear me
It's
talk.
incredibly difficult to stop this man from talking.
Yeah.
So once we wind him up and let him go, you can't do anything. So I've got to get all these like bits in beforehand.
Yeah, it's just abuse. It's all I'll be doing. It's just abusing.
It's just abusing. No. So tonight, thank you very much for coming along and watching this. It's going to be a nice what's stop start to some stuff, including some live gameplay.
Oh, hello.
So,
I've
Sam,
gone really small.
You've gone really small.
1.8 corner.
Say again?
It says 1.8 in the corner. This is.
It does. You're nervous about this. Why are you so? You don't need to be nervous. It's absolutely fine.
It's a build.
I don't think I've seen a 1.8.
It is worth noting as well that this is a live build. This is a work in progress build, so there could be any sorts of things in there. Like you might see some things that work in progress.
Shy of release, aren't we?
Yeah, it might crash. It might, especially if Rob's work now. That's really
Rob's dodgy codes.
No. Just be aware that there could be some things happening. So, without
spinning the globe, spinning the globe, spinning the globe.
Let's get this clearly tired child. Let's give this child.
This is what I do whenever I start Planet Coaster. I just spin it around.
So
I want people to fling off.
What are people going to be getting, Sam, for free in the 1.8?
Restaurants. Just casually drop that in there. Restaurant. It's not just restaurants very similar to hotels. How we did hotels. So it's kind of like one of your usual custom little boxes. So obviously we want to give lots of freedom and flexibility to the players, but we will hopefully be providing some blueprints. I think we're providing some blueprints for these. I think that's the case.
I mean, we have got it in game right now. If you want to stop spinning the globe and get jumping in.
Yeah, let's play a game. Should we just do like a career and open it as a sandbox so we give something nice and pretty to play in?
That's a nice idea.
That'd be nice. What's the Captain Lockjar? Oh, I like this place. Open as sandbox.
Lovely stuff.
Start here.
Great. So I mean, it's quite exciting. Obviously, it's been. Gosh, how long has it been since the launch of Planet Coaster? Quite some time.
2 years nearly.
But yeah, it's still
coming up for our 2nd anniversary, aren't we?
Yeah, it's very close by. That's exciting. That's
an
achievement for you.
Well, that's we're not going to celebrate quietly, are we? Either.
No,
we're not going to celebrate quietly.
That would be unbecoming of us.
It would be. We're gonna go out. You're going to find me drunk in an alleyway somewhere.
So restaurants, right? And you'll explain how these work in just a moment. But and I'm sure there's lots that you can both input here. But how do people feel in the chat about sort of the addition of restaurants? I think
it's kind of like you say they are like hotels. Rob, do you want to talk? Because you actually wrote the code on this stuff, didn't you?
I wrote some of the code.
Some wrote all of the code.
No, I can't take credit for all of it. So they do work like the hotels are set up. So you have to put down sort of a base piece, and then you can add additional rooms on that increase the capacity of it.
Oh, hold on. Let me do this in real time so you can actually see it. Let's find a path. I've got to stop spinning so fast because I know people get really nauseous whenever I play Planet Coaster. So we go to shops and facilities. Let's hope there's everything's all nice and clean in here, because it can get quite dirty. Has it got its own tab?
Yep.
No, it's that one.
Right. No, the knife and fork.
Yeah.
Knife and spoon.
Look at that, knife and spoon, because we all eat with a knife and spoon.
Classic knife and spoon combo.
Yeah. Spork.
Nothing is jagged or hard edged in Planet Coaster
World.
World.
No aggression here.
Yeah, it's a spoon, a nice blunt spoon for everybody.
Place.
So we can plonk this down here.
Yeah.
There we go. So, and you'll notice there is a little room.
A restaurant expansion.
These are the expansions, and do you want to talk about those a bit?
Yeah, so each expansion has the equivalent of 4 tables, I think.
Yep.
And a group of 6 guests considered a table.
That's a lot of guests.
That is a lot of
Can you
guests.
do the maths on this? How many guests are we going to see here?
24 times 6. 24 times 7. I can't.
Come on, 24 times 7.
This is not
it's a tricky one because you put 7s in. Anyone in the chat can beat Rob.
24.
I'll give you a...
They all got Google.
I'll give you... Yeah, they have. Come on, Rob. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, Rob.
He's still trying to work it out.
Oh, I haven't even tried
Rob,
yet.
don't be stressed like this. This isn't fair.
I'm a programmer. This is what the computer is for.
Yeah, that's what we open up the calculator for. All right, well, Rob's job isn't to add things up. It's to make awesome restaurants. Okay. So let's talk about what you can do.
Yeah. So the layout is, at least on the front page, is a bit.
So of course, obviously, in terms of the restaurant, the space, obviously, you can take up more space if you have more
rooms attached to it.
More rooms attached to it. It's take up more space. If you have more tables and chairs, obviously that's going to take up more space. So you literally have to have more space to be able to take. It makes sense.
So we've got a nice queue form here, Rob. That seems like it might not be what we want it to be. Maybe.
Again, please. Oh, there you go. That might be.
Sorry, I might have done. Oh, what have I done? Right, so we need to put.
So you can connect the expansions up.
Yeah, because there's no rooms. People are interested and they want to go, but there we go. Now I have tables.
There we
go. Can go in.
So the other cool thing about this is that we've added a menu. So whereas some shops only sell certain things, the restaurant sells everything. Everything. You can decide what you want it to sell from this big list.
This is really cool. It's really nice. You get all the little icons for each one as well, and it's really cool. Like lovely. So you can actually get like Pip Shot, Street Fox. You can, of course, you can sell all the little different flavours of drinks and so on. You just click on them and you say, this is going to be a restaurant that specialises in like coffees, basically. Which is like Starbucks. So so if it's going to be like a Starbucks, we can sell donuts, can't we? We do some donuts in there. So this is kind of like, I could dress this up as like, a coffee chain / restaurant thing, can't I? Like Foxy Coffees or something.
So of course, as you can see, obviously this is just showing the sort of how it looks behind the scenes, but of course you would dress it up nicely, or you would at least hope to.
So I could go into the building.
Sam's going to try and...
I could do.
Oh gosh, live dress up.
At the building. Let's see if we can look at that. I can make a nice. If I could. Oh, the door's the wrong way round. There we go. Oh, right. Let's pretend there's doors there.
Yeah.
So they're walking in, and look at that.
Nicely done. You've done it.
Like magic.
Sam's quality coffee
There we go.
and donuts.
So,
So Rob, talk us through how it works, just in case if people are just tuning in for the first time.
So it's similar to hotels. You just plonk down some rooms next to the main restaurant bit, hook them all up, and then you can decide what you want your restaurant to serve, whatever. So I think it's all the food that is currently available in game. Is an option on the menu. And guests walk in, they choose what they want to buy, and then they walk out again.
Correct.
They get energy. They get all the sort of perks that you get from a shop, don't they? Really, but this is sort of bulk.
Yeah.
All done in bulk. So it's like a super efficient shop basically. So you can get like lots of people throughput basically very quickly. Satisfy a lot of guests in a very short amount of time basically. So it's quite handy that way.
Yeah.
Well done, Sam. You've made a nice building here.
There you go.
I'm actually really impressed that you've done this.
Thanks.
I
know. I've only been working on the game for a couple of years. So, but if you get some branding on there and stuff like that, so
very lovely.
Let's put a little roof on there, shall we?
I hope I've answered everyone's questions on it. If I see any in the chat.
And the eagle-eyed amongst you might be spotting something else as well as Sam is scrolling across these things. A new feature that we will discuss very shortly.
Yeah. You have to keep these places clean as well. You have to pretty much assign a janitor to look after this place, otherwise it will kind of run into disrepair. It'll get grimy and horrible, and I don't think people want to use it basically, and it sort of turns into a nasty a greasy spoon. But then that might be your thing. I like greasy spoons. It's fine. I'm not going to comment on the quality of anyone's restaurant. I could get.
Sam, I imagine that you're sort of satisfied by a greasy spoon quite.
I used to be,
likes
but
a simple restaurant.
Yeah, I do like a simple restaurant. I think I had, because we've got a cafe here now, because we're all posh on that now, and
we're all posh.
We're all posh on that now, and somebody I asked for. I had. Chips and beans
Very
for
nice.
lunch. And the guy
Classic.
behind the counter, he said, "Oh, that's a chef's lunch, that is." So I was like, I was well in there, because it is true, it is a chef's lunch, because you find that chefs actually like just really simple food, and I've used the wrong brick type here.
That's
but,
okay.
Let's go. They renovated the gables here. That's what happened here. They put a new roof on, renovated the gables.
Do we have any questions about restaurants and how restaurants operate?
I've seen a few.
Let us know. Would you like to answer some of those?
Somebody, I think they've scrolled off now, has asked if there's any food items exclusive. There we go. True Tube 316. Yes. So there's, as well as all the brands that are currently in game, there's a generic Planco brand.
Generic
which is
that's awesome as well. That's a really quite powerful brand.
which is the sort of default when you first build your restaurant. It will have the 3 items from the Planco brand, and then you can add like a gulpy drink or a cheap burger.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Doesn't need staff to run, but it will need a janitor to clean it.
Okay.
Occasionally.
Each of those buildings as well, I noticed, each of the extensions cost more to run, right? So as you're placing more of those down, it will then
the running cost will increase.
Each time. So the more tables that you have and things.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Similar to
look at this.
hotels.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
There you go. It looks so pretty, doesn't it?
You've done all right.
There you go,
You've done all right there.
I think we can have some awnings.
I would go here.
Yeah, it's quite cool. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Any more questions specifically about restaurants before we move on?
Moving on.
Well, we've got quite a lot covered.
Well, there's also. Let me just check.
Go ahead.
They guests pay more from food bought from restaurants, because obviously there's the luxury of being able to sit down and chill while you're, and relax. So obviously you can make more money out of these. They do have higher running costs ultimately, but you can get more money out of it. So there's a balance there as long as you keep them rated. There's star ratings which is affected by the number of brands you're using, the size of the restaurant, the scenery rating, and the different perks. Do you want to talk about perks and what they do?
Yes. So unlike the hotels could have a few perks running on them, but restaurants can only have one perk on them at any one time.
Ooh,
if you can actually click it.
Yeah, it's alright. Let me just get into it.
So it's in the expansions tab.
Is this
The fork and spoon.
Fork and spoon, sorry. There we are.
There you go. So at the bottom there's a perk. Similar to the hotels, there's a bunch of perks. Each one makes it more appealing to a certain type of guest.
So it's a demographical thing, isn't it? So
yeah.
You can put live music, internet access, and it draws in teenagers. Who wants teenagers in your restaurant?
You might want to make like a trendy juice bar or something.
Trendy juice bar.
For little teenagers, whatever.
You really are down with the kids, aren't you?
It is.
Something that you clearly understand the youth of today.
So I'm giving away free condiments because that appeals to the to my generation. Because I'm all about those free
like free
condiments.
stuff. You just like free stuff.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, I just like
Great
all
stuff.
that free stuff. So. Oh, yeah. One thing. Oh God, can we talk about that? I don't know.
We're talking about what's coming in the 1.8 update.
I'm just wondering if that thing that I'm doing now is actually in there because where is it?
It's turning through the pages. As you can see, we've got a lot to cover. We're already 20 minutes in.
Oh God, are we?
And Sam is still going.
Yeah, because we've made some quality of life improvements.
Fantastic. If you want to jump onto those, then you jump onto those.
I just wondered if because it's easier to search for stuff now. That's the thing I found is what I want to talk about. And we've kind of added sort of a look at my terrible light placement. Float off the door.
Right. Look, and nobody's going to be angry at you for having terrible light placement today. I think they're more interested in hearing about these quality of life improvements that you're talking about.
I might not sleep.
Rob, would you like to talk about the quality of life improvements while Sam adjusts his lights?
Yeah, it's alright.
Special notes.
He's got the special notes.
This is great.
Ed's got his own...
I brought my own.
Own notes from home. Wait, there's 2 copies of it.
Oh, this is... Look at this.
Everybody's
almost as if we planned it.
It's not double-sided,
It's almost as if we planned it. I'm so sorry.
I know. Object browser. That's the one. Yes. So, custom tags, basically. Custom tags and tagging. So we went through and not we. Poor Alex went through and basically loads and loads and loads of thousands, of the thousands of objects we've got in game, and added and adjusted all the tags. So we've got better tags now. And one of the things that I asked for, which was bugging the bejesus out of me, was being able to do things like search for lights in scenery, and they appear in both building and scenery now, which is godsend. And you can basically add your own custom tags. So when I'm building stuff now, and I'm building within a certain architecture style, there are things that cross over, especially when you're running all the DLC we've got. It's really you have to you have a kind of set that you really want to use. So I call it, say, I don't know, spooky set, but then I use some of the castle stuff and I use some of the Wild West stuff. But I specifically want to build spooky bits with that. So I can tag all the bits I wanted spooky and then just do a search for them as I go through. So
just be careful with the filters.
Yeah, I've got to be really careful with the filters.
Right, yeah.
But there are custom tags here, so I can add a new tag and I can call it Sam Stuff, basically. And then when I go to an object like this one here, I can go in and I can add.
Oh, wonderful!
Add an existing tag, and I can go and I've got add existing tag, which is this one here. So I can just say, oh yeah, my Sam Stuff there, and I'm just basically gonna pick anything I want. Like, oh, chandelier, that's definitely gonna be part of Sam Stuff. And if we want, say we want Ed Stuff.
Oh.
Here, and then I go, I don't know, say search for.
So almost basically favourites essentially. Gosh, thank you. Of course you do know me.
Yeah, Ed loves a bit of dragon poo. Yeah, so I've got dragon poo, and if I want to go to, where is the poo gone? There it is. And I go, let's add existing tag. Yeah. So Ed stuff. So
so
poo,
you click Ed
now.
stuff.
Yeah. So if we go into so if I go to scenery, and I go, let's kill that. and I can even type it in here. Ed's.
No.
And Ed's,
Oh, no, it
Ed's
is.
poo is there. Ed's
So you
poo.
just write your own thing, like if you like. So you create your own entire search terms.
Of poo.
Yep.
Essentially, that's amazing.
It's
So
really
you can
good,
Be like,
actually,
I
yeah.
know that I want this. Whenever I'm making a building that is like a toilet, you just go toilet, and it's like all the stuff that your go-to stuff that you use for toilets.
Yep. Yep.
That is
It's pretty good.
wonderful
It's
because
really,
there's
really
thousands of
useful.
items
Yep.
in this game now.
Yeah, there's all sorts of
Look
kind
at
of
that.
like little
That's
things.
great.
All the filters have been cleaned up. We've kind of helped sort of
We
move
were
things
in the
into
way
better
a little. I do,
categories.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm taking us off screen for now on because we were in the way a little bit when you were searching
yeah,
through
we
some of
were,
that
weren't
stuff.
Yeah, so whenever you go into your sort of custom tags, you've got them all down here, and we've added a lot more. The one I shouldn't click on is
Don't
that,
click
so
that one.
that's all good. But I can click on these, and we've got like all the different, all new types of like categories we've added into the more filter stuff. So I'm not going to click on many of these because I'm terrified of clicking on the wrong one.
I think that's very wise.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
very
it's,
good.
It's just that we want to make sure we're showcasing this
right
content,
thing, 'cause
the
there might be
1.83
broken-
content.
there might be
tonight,
broken
yeah.
stuff in there.
It's true,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
might
just
be
stuff that's not ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, Training Week Train Fest is, ooh, I love it.
It's really,
these custom
honestly-
tags are awesome, says Transfixer.
Yep.
When is the update coming? We don't have a date right now. Do we just say soon? Yeah. So hopefully everybody else it appreciates some of these changes as well.
Yeah, honestly, I do a lot of building, and I've done a lot of building over the past. Oh wait, Ed,
sorry, yeah, no, I just got a bit of a cold.
we've done a lot of building over the past few weeks, especially, and it is so useful. It really is. Like honestly, especially if you're like a power builder, you can really streamline your whole workflow with this. So it's really good, really handy.
Great, it's really awesome.
Oh,
Did
wait,
we-
do you want to show it again? Now we're not blocking it.
Which bit?
Add existing tags.
Add
Oh
existing
yeah,
tags,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah, go for it, yeah.
right, yeah. So if I
You
go
know
over-
what I really like?
what do you like, Ed? What do you like?
I really like creepy stuff.
Right, so let's have a look at spooky stuff. Spooky. And so Ed's say you've got that, but then you want to put it on a Western cowboy, idling cowboy.
Yeah.
Maybe
What I have to do.
Right, so you go into here and like you find you've got your cowboy, which is a cowboy. The leaning cowboy would be better actually because he'd be good. So you can basically add existing tags to get add stuff. Yep.
There we go.
And then I can go and find in my spooky thing, and I can go to my lantern, and I can go add existing tag, add stuff.
Wonderful.
Yeah, like that. And so I've
And
got.
then now you type Ed.
I type in Ed in here, Ed, and Ed.
Too many.
Too many D. Did I just do? There we go. Oh,
I think it's
Ed's.
Ed's.
There we go.
yeah,
Ed's
yeah.
stuff. There you go. So this is all of Ed's stuff here. Like Ed loves cowboys,
Cowboys,
lanterns,
poo,
and poop.
and then.
There you go. Yeah, you just
thank
like
you. Oh, this is, as you can see, I'm really into that. So placing that is making me very happy. Thank you.
Leaning up against. The
Great.
poo. There we go.
Excellent stuff.
This is Ed's world. This is Ed's world. But also, so if I just be talk about So if you go into here, and then if you go into here, you can see in your custom tags the ones you've added. And you can rename them and delete them and add new tags in there as well. So
Wonderful stuff.
super powerful. Honestly, you're gonna love it, especially if you like, you build
Especially
a lot
if you
of stuff.
like Planet Coaster.
Especially if you like Planet
Because
Coaster.
that
and
is
if you
massively.
love tags.
It's a really good tool. Like excellent stuff.
Also, you can search for the tags within your browser. You can, we've added like breadcrumbs as well, which is really handy. You can see them when you do stuff like if I search for, say, spooky in here, under here. Sorry, if I go Sam stuff here and then Ed stuff, I get the breadcrumbs here.
Yeah.
At the top. There you go. Look,
Oh,
Sam
nice.
stuff,
And then
Ed
you
stuff.
can click
So I
away
can-
those things as well.
Yeah,
Get rid of them.
I can have.
That's a nice system.
Yeah, I can have Ed stuff and Sam stuff, but if I don't want to have Sam stuff because Ed stuff
Yeah,
is
it's
better,
the best. The best.
it
obviously.
is the best of
Yeah.
Ed's world. So
Ed's
good.
world is
So good.
it's very evocative.
It is, isn't it?
Great. So what's next? What's up next?
Okay, right. So
Machines?
vending machines.
Maybe.
This is one of your specialities, isn't it, Rob?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So talk about vending machines. We can go in here and talk about that. So shops and facilities.
Yep.
What have we got? If I turn that off.
And you can probably see at the bottom, there's a bunch of new vending machines.
Hurrah! Fantastic.
I like this one.
Again, a reminder to everybody who's watching, this is free stuff that is coming as part of a free 1.8 update that's coming very soon. So anybody who owns Planet Coaster will just get all this stuff for free.
This is so good. I do love the interactions on here and what they do. And change the time of day because it's blooming out here. It's blooming out.
So, do you want to talk through a little bit about these? Or?
Yeah, so...
Look, watch. Hold on. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, this is quite cool.
Look. You got donut. We got donut. Put it over there.
Am I right in saying that there's a few different animations where it will grab a different donut?
Yeah, it's not the same thing every time, so we kind of added a little bit of variation. So it's just like, they got he's out there, he's going to get a different donut.
When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's so cool.
That's overkill. What do you do that for? Because attention to detail, man. It's attention to detail, always. And they glow at night, and there's a little light inside as well, which is really nice. And it's pretty, so yeah, really happy with that stuff. It looks great.
So these are for the the other food brands that didn't have a vending machine in the last patch.
So we gave away the group vending machines. Drink vending machines. I'm thinking of tags still. I'm still stuck in Tagland.
Tagland. The worst kind of land.
Yeah, so it is. And so we kind of felt like the food vendors were missing out. And obviously you can get, we did our research, and obviously there are hot food vending machines out there in the world. And so we kind of basically just designed a vending machine that kind of covers all of that, really. So we've got all our lovely vending machines here, and they're great as well because they do take up a lot less space, and they do add another level of kind of that sort of meta sort of to your park.
Well, I was going to say, what kind of additional gameplay benefit do these sort of provide, as well as looking fancy and just being another cool thing that you can have in there? What else can you do with them? What do they do? Yeah.
What do they do?
They're sort of an alternative to shops. Because they don't necessarily need a vendor on them constantly, they just need a mechanic occasionally to fix them. As Sam said, they're more sort of space efficient. If you have like a tiny little corner in your park and you just want to put something there, you can just plop down a vending machine rather than trying to fill that space with something else.
And they look good as well, don't they? They're kind of visually it kind of adds another sort of cool element to your park. That I'm trying not to move around so fast. I really am trying.
Oh no.
But it's kind of like that level of realism that you kind of hope to get from from our game. Really, we do kind of look for those kind of real world inspirations, as it were. And I think this is a really really nice addition. Like it certainly was kind of missing when we put in the drinks vending machines, and it's kind of cool. So yeah, I really like it, and it's a great way of sort of adding to the brand and adding to the whole kind of grounded vibe of Planet Coaster, making more realistic and grounded theme parks. So, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a pizza out of a vending machine before?
I've seen a pizza vending machine, but I was too terrified to eat a pizza from there because
I would though.
How long has that pizza been in there?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've eaten from a vending machine?
That's a very good question. I'll have to come back to you on that for that one.
Mine was some bubblegum that tasted like it was about 10 years old.
Oh.
It just crumbled. It didn't even. I know. I kind of went.
That's
that ended up on the floor very quickly.
Which probably was.
Put bubblegum on the floor. It probably was about
10 years old. Yeah.
Solve asks, what kind of vending machines are these? Am I in Japan?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So.
Hi, Solve, by the way. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you do get these in. You get these in Japan, but you can get them in lots of places. Really, there's I've seen them throughout Europe and Asia. So there's these are fairly common.
They are. They're not absolutely not unusual at all.
Yeah, not unusual. But hot food vending machines, not super common. But it's not so much a British thing. I think it's we're all about getting in that shop, sitting down. Eating that food.
Yeah.
The next thing that I've just spied on the list is something that I think looks absolutely stunning. And again, a reminder, and I've done this a few times already, but I'm going to remind everyone this is a free update. It's 1.8. Everything is completely free. But these are absolutely stunning. I had a look at these earlier on.
Yeah, I've got to do new icons.
As you can see, I've been favouriting some of them. Oh, okay. So are you going to update these with new icons?
Yeah,
is
the
that
plan
right?
is to have an icon that actually makes sense.
Okay.
So you can actually see what's going on because it's terrifying.
As like we said, again, it's a work in progress build.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah. So custom firework
Custom
shapes.
firework shapes.
So we've got some
I want everyone to see.
Oh, I have to turn it tonight, don't I? God damn it.
I'd like everyone to see our faces when we say custom firework shapes. Back to the screen.
Anyway, yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Ping. Oh, I've just. Yeah, I won't put that down. All right, so. Yeah, what we've done is kind of added a few new bits in here to do big hearts in sky.
Look at this.
We've got a few different sort of shapes that you can kind of add down, and of course the never old, never boring Planet Coaster logo, and skull and crossbones for your piratey kind of style. Things, and we've got stars and things in there which look all pretty, and you can flexicolour all these as well.
Oh right! Oh here we go, and here you go.
And
The
then letter
spelling.
A. Just the letter A.
Just the letter A. No others.
We didn't bother doing
We've
anything.
also got the letter B. We've also got the letter C.
I think we've got a few letters.
D. We've got the. I can list them all.
Yeah. So we
but we don't. We left out the letter W. We just didn't like it.
Yeah. It's just too common. Too common. Too much use that. So you basically, what should we spell out?
Something wholesome. Let's
Something
get the chat. I do like the way I jumped straight in with that.
I know,
Let's get the chat to pick something, and then you can pick something from the chat that you like, and I will be the mediator.
Hold on,
this.
chat. Don't be wholesome now.
Be wholesome. And we've got moderators. It's a family-friendly live stream. Please
It
do
is
remember
totally
that.
family-friendly. Yeah, let's be wholesome.
It could be ha ha ha. That's pretty good. But let's spell something out.
Yeah.
In Planco maybe as well. If you can do it in Planco, it's even
Is there a letter
better.
J? There might be. I'm not sure.
There's a letter J.
I know. Let's.
No, don't worry. There is actually a W.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for the J. Don't take anything. That's Dab. That's good.
Oh wow.
That's more Will's
Humpty
thing, isn't it?
Dumpty. Yeah, it's more of a Will thing. Yeah, unfortunately not there.
Is it?
Spoiler.
Spoiler's a good one.
Yeah.
Spell Planco we could do. Epic. Epic's nice, isn't it?
Epic.
That's a good
Epic's
suggestion.
really good.
Let's go for
actually.
Epic because it does kind of look epic.
Of course, you can hook these up to the sequence trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a handy little arrow which is really useful for finding out which way the letters face.
Oh, that's cool.
Because they do actually face a direction you can work with. So oh god, if I just reset the rotation on that thing, because that would be really handy. Because obviously you need to know which way the letter's going to face. So and these are really big, so you do have to space them out quite far. So let's put down P, EP, and then I.
Handily done in alphabetical order for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah. Again, this is part of Alex's thing. He's gone through and reordered a lot of stuff, so it all kind of
Feels a little
makes more
sense.
Yeah,
and that's really good. I mean, it's interesting because when the game came out, there's a certain number of items, but of course now there's so much stuff in there that it just needed that reorganisation.
We didn't
right?
really consider how much stuff we would make. I think
So how are you going to do this where you make them all happen at once?
Right. Oh, I need a heart. I need hearts. Because
hearts are important. Yeah.
Hearts are epic. So obviously I could just search for hearts. Oops.
While Sam's setting this up, does anybody have any questions for Rob, perhaps? Because Rob's reading through the chat. If there are any questions at all for Rob, perhaps about the vending machines or even the way that the tagging system works as well.
Looks?
How does he maintain his youthful looks? Well, let's try and keep it on the topic of the game.
Oh, we could do.
But I don't know. But if anyone's got any questions, please do ask while Sam sorts this out and puts this out.
While I faff around, yeah.
So once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime.
Has to be something.
Until the next.
Until the next
time.
Right, there's going to be some hearts. I'm going to put lots of hearts down because I love hearts. Who doesn't love hearts? Oh, I put them the wrong way. Alright, so, okay, let's just make sure.
How did Rob produce all the pizza in the machines is the first question for Games of Time.
I like to imagine that the pizza just sort of appears in the machine over time.
Okay.
Like it's grown in the machine.
That's disgusting.
A couple of people have actually asked about the toilets in the restaurants. Is that not something that's in there, or something you have to touch separately?
So currently the restaurants are just
food related, yeah.
So if you wanted a toilet, you'd have to build one next to the restaurant.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, like if your restaurant doesn't serve any drinks, then guests will come out and their first will be the same as when they went in.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a restaurant that sells exclusively drinks, you might need a toilet next to it. So I imagine that'll be quite.
That would be really
very reasonable.
If they didn't want to really what's going on.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe Parks, for the questions. Thank you, everyone, for the questions.
Right, this might be terrible because
Don't worry.
it might all overlap and stuff. 'Cause I can't.
You ready? You ready, everybody? Wait. I want to move the camera off the screen.
I need to do the colours. I think so.
Any more questions that you want us to put?
Yeah. Just make a point of things. Oh no.
How did I get a job to work at Frontier? I applied for a job.
Very good. It's that easy, everybody. All you need to do is apply.
You
don't need to have any previous skill sets. That's not true, of course. I'm sure you have a
real
rigorous
passion for
testing process and interview procedure. Here we go. You ready?
Right, you're ready. Should we go down from the ground because it always looks better from down? Yeah, we can.
Oh, we can see
it from Edgeland.
Edgeland.
Right,
It's the best view ever.
Let's go from behind here because it would be nice to see it from with a ride in the foreground and see.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is an artist. Everyone else is like, just show it to us, and you're like, no, must be correct.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, but
I'm
it might not.
excited.
Ready? Here we go. Oh my god. Boom.
Oh, epic!
That was pretty
That's really good. One more time. That's amazing.
Again, you need to space them out a little bit
cool.
more. But
no, but that's great.
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
pretty cool.
Great,
It's pretty cool. So we
Thanks,
can see that onto.
That's really cool. A nice little demo of that. That was really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's very pretty. It's very pretty. Let's put it on to go every hour or something. And,
just every now and again, no one knows when it's going to happen. It randomly goes epic.
Yeah. Everything is epic all the time. That's the thing. So.
Excuse me.
Specific times. Looping and on trigger.
That was pretty good, right? That was pretty good.
Did they like that?
Yeah. I think they seem to enjoy that.
Okay, where are we now?
Customize staff colours.
Yeah, lovely little quality.
This is really handy. So we did this before, obviously, but we did it again because we forgot to. We forgot. We never forget anything. It was obviously a little bit more of a stretch to get these guys to be colourable. So obviously because I love pink, it's going to be pink, and everything's going to be pink. So you basically colour their shorts and their tops and so on, and make everything pink. Or you can make it match your ride. It's up to you. I suggest everyone. I did try to get everything default to pink, regardless.
But it didn't go through.
But it wasn't going to happen.
No.
So again, this guy on here, he should be pink. Various shades of purpley pink.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
there
good.
We go.
No, it's good. It's just an extra thing, like you say, it came in 1.7.
Yeah.
And now it's sort of further to other stuff, which is great.
It's pretty cool. It's really nice,
Nicely
actually.
done.
It really helps ground everything in. It's really quick and easy. And the fact that you can separate them and do cool colour schemes and so on is really nice. So I really like it. I love it. In fact, I love it.
It just helps add to that theme, the customization to your park across the entire board, which I think is really, really wonderful.
Exactly. So that's
excellent
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we showed but stuff like on transport rides as well. Like a few of them, we have operators on the ride itself, and you can colour them as well separately.
Oh, right.
It's pretty cool. So if you put down like Connie Express or something like that, you can get
I think it works separately, so you can have like the train driver as one colour, and then the guy behind the booth a different colour, and then the guy on the queue a different colour.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that does work.
As if we didn't want to give people any more sort of creative freedom, you just thought, hey, let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got driver.
Excuse me, everybody, for my cough. I do apologise.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh wow! So
How
yeah,
cool
you've got
is
the car
that?
colour, the operator colour, the driver colour.
There's the driver colour. So I think he should be kind of like in a grimy boiler suit.
Yeah, of course.
Covered in
covered in grease.
Coal and stuff, yeah.
Coal and stuff. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. And obviously, you know, she loves her blue hair. And we
You can't change that.
So
You can't change her.
That's
You
her
can't
choice.
change it. You
know.
can tell her what to wear, but you
Yeah,
can't tell
I
her
think
how
that
to
would
change
be
her.
oppressive to the
Yeah, that's
employee.
right. That's
You know,
correct.
they'd rise up
Coaster
and
is-
tear the whole down the establishment. We'd have like a on
Love.
our hands.
Yes, Jane McFrain face is really happy about the steam locomotive. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, what have we got? We're going to come in next. Lots of.
Oh, we should do one. We should show the next thing, the lapping thing. Should we do the lapping?
Yeah.
It's so funny talking to you, just getting so excited over it. Oh, we should say this thing. Oh,
Let's do the blueprint.
what is the lappy thing?
The lappy thing? Rob, do you want to explain it because you made
yes,
it? Yeah.
so we've added lapping to 38, I think we said, of the coasters.
Yeah.
So before, a coaster could only go around the track once and then the ride would be over, but now you can have it go around
many times.
many times. Not infinite times, but...
what is the max lapping?
So for somebody who doesn't necessarily understand that sort of thing, not understand it, but somebody who doesn't necessarily. Why is this a thing? Why is lapping a thing? Why is this an important thing for people who play
It's kind of a realism thing, I think.
Okay.
More than anything is that this was because obviously we've got a lot of people who really like coasters and big fans of roller coasters because we do try to keep these as authentic as possible. Look at these beautiful brake sections here. So what we try and do is try and.
Sam's proud of the brake sections, everyone.
Often like kiddie rides and a lot of coasters will do multiple laps. It will basically pass through the station and then carry on basically and then stop on the next lap. Should we demonstrate this? And,
so for the kiddie coasters, that's a good point. So somebody's saying, the ones that go around in a circle really nice and quickly.
You could make a really tiny compact coaster
that's nice.
that has like tons of little laps
really
on it.
Nice, actually.
Which is pretty good. Oh, I don't have debug tools to make this go faster. We've got a fast forward button. There we go.
Yeah,
so,
the game does it already.
I know, right? How weird is that? So here you go. You'll see it go. It should travel right through the station if Rob's done his job properly.
Yeah.
Boom! There you go.
There was a second where he doubted it. He doubted you for a second. How did that feel? How did that feel, Rob?
That was good.
It's terrifying because anything could go.
There we go. Look at that.
Great.
It stops.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done, everybody.
It's nice to know that it still works.
A lovely round of applause, please.
We've been really
Rob.
busy breaking things.
I just imagine you two in the room and you're just making it all, and then Rob's just adding the code frantically.
Yeah.
Like, did it go work?
Oh, you would believe.
Yeah.
You would not believe.
Sylv says lapping also enables some better designs on the cross-car coaster, the X-car coaster.
Yes, yeah. So you can, because you can do all sorts of crazy things with those things. So the X coasters are really, really cool. It's actually just a really nice feature, and I think it's like one of the things where the community really wanted it, so we tried to do it, and we did it. Good job. Next thing.
So for rides that were initially quite slow near the station, could they get stuck if you try and lap it, or does it still get pushed through the station a bit?
Well, if it can make it through the station has actually a drive speed.
Yeah.
So when you go through the station, there's a launch speed for the station, and that's actually what you will get powered by, because all stations either have some sort of drive mechanism or they are built on a slope. But ours are mostly drive mechanism. Or
Good
sort of
answer. Well done.
As you mentioned, so how the lapping sort of works is that now coasters can only be in one sort of mode. That's part of how we did lappings by adding sort of we call them operation modes. So either a coaster can be lapping or it can be like a block section ride. And so before it was sort of a little checkbox, but now it's become its own sort of coaster mode.
Yeah, the reason for that is because you can't have multiple cars on lap coasters. So obviously that would be bad. Because cars would not make it round without hitting into another car. So you can only have one train on a lap coaster, obviously, for obvious reasons. It makes sense.
Fantastic. Okay, so
again, here I could turn this if I closed it, but I always feel bad.
When people are trying to get on and then you see them all walk off, it's always really depressing.
So I can change this into a lapped one, and it will actually reduce the number of trains automatically.
That's handy.
It is handy.
It's almost as if you guys planned it. Great. So, next up, we do. I don't know if you've got any more to cover on the lapping or the coaster improvements or coaster changes.
I think that was the main one, I would say. If there's any questions,
I'm gonna. If there are any questions, put them in the chat. There's a little bit of a delay on today's chat for some
Oh, there's
reason.
a really good one. Oh, sorry. No,
We'll get there.
It's nothing to do with that. This is one of my favourite updates. It's the smallest thing in the world, but it's my favourite part of this whole update.
The free up, the 1.8
Yeah,
free
the
update.
free update.
Is this the next thing
Wait,
we're
the
going to
next
talk
thing.
You were like the 1.8.
I'm just the 1.8. Remember?
1.8.
No, I'm checking on.
1.8.
Yeah.
Look,
wait, the next.
I'm under very strict instruction. I'm joking. Sorry, though.
That cattle prod really stings. It really stings.
Yeah, I've got a button under the table that's like, "Meh." Right. So
we can talk about.
Don't make me the villain. Don't make
Should
me
we
the
talk
villain,
about triggered events for doors? How about
Yes.
That'd be a nice one.
Let's
really.
do that.
Because again, this is another Rob one, isn't this one?
Yeah, this is one of mine as well.
It's so busy.
Yeah.
So busy.
I would say it's a little thing that it did take a lot of animation and art time getting it to work how people want it to work. But now you can trigger doors, open and close whenever you want.
Whenever you like, basically.
Yeah.
So we had to basically reauthor all the animations
All the
for all
doors.
of the doors. It was no mean feat by any means. It was incredibly hard work. So,
So for those who the uninitiated, how did it work before, based on what the changes are?
So before the doors were an animatronic, so they had an animation of them opening and then closing, and you could basically trigger that, and that was it.
Right.
So you could either have the doors permanently closed or having them open and then close. But now we've added a bunch of different states.
Look at
So
the
you could have the door.
Oops, I put an activate and trigger, which has broken the states. So because obviously, so you can have open, you can have all closed, which makes existing doors really, really useful. So this happens. This is retroactively fixed throughout the entire door spectrum. So you can do it every X seconds, or just having it as a piece of scenery which is open, so you can have it as like a big open door in your park, which is so.
I think the other option is you can have it. You can specify how long it stays open for as well.
Yep. So that's open for every X seconds, and I can.
Yep. So it will open for 9 seconds and then close for 1.
So you can say close for 1.3.
Wow, it's
1.4
very
seconds.
specific.
It is.
That's good.
we
That's
roll.
what
Well, the thing
that's
is-
what people want.
Yeah, they do, because you can turn this into a trapdoor or something like that, and have it just like boom, close, and then just it's got a timing with the ride perfectly, and you can do all sorts of cool things with these, and it works really well with the video screen stuff. Did we do the thing with the video screens? I can't remember what we did.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is something else. So yeah, this was the painful bit, wasn't it? The extra pain.
Yeah.
There was, wasn't it? So screen door.
I kind of forgot we did screen door.
We did, yeah. Because I remember this. This one. Rob, do you want to talk us through it? 'Cause it's
So
fairly
originally,
complicated.
the screen doors were less than great because when you sent them a trigger, they would open and start playing whatever movie or image they had on them.
Right.
And obviously, you might want to play an image on the door while it's closed and then open it separately. So I'm hoping...
Which is great, because this is, and somebody very specifically in the chat asked this question as well, doesn't mean now you can essentially do it separately, meaning a video plays, it then opens up and the thing can move on, right? Is that's the idea, right? As in sort of a... Yeah.
I'm suddenly remembering how this feature works. So if you get a display sequencer, Sam.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm miles away. I'm actually just wandering through these menus trying to familiarise myself with it again. I haven't been in there for a little while. How does this work here? Right.
Siri.
Oops, sorry, click one tab.
So the guy's been working on this for quite some time as well.
Yes.
As you can see.
Yeah, sorry, this is fairly new, so I was like, oh god. Yeah,
No, so it's great. You've done a really lovely job of showing it off today.
So,
Really appreciate it. Please put some love in the chat for Sam and Rob for coming, taking their time out to come and showcase this stuff today.
So if you connect the door to it,
yeah, it's all just pleasure. It's
and then
like,
click the 3 dots.
Oh yeah, here we are.
There we go. So you can now, as well as
trigger screen, trigger animation. There we go. So, so if I go trigger screen, then that will be basically the time it takes to trigger screen. I can actually add another one and have them separate, can't I? Is that right? So I can take the trigger screen off and then have the screen come on at one time, the animation at another, which is what I wanted. That was the whole point of this. That was what I
love
wanted.
that you're reminded of this right now. You're like, that was that.
Oh, no. There's so many things. We've been so busy that this was the thing that I kind of was like, oh, can we have this, please? 'Cause it's really, really cool. It'd be really nice. Honestly, this is
look at the hearts that are coming into the chat now as well. It's very kind. People just putting in some love in there for you. Yeah, I mean, I asked for it, to be fair, but, you know.
Yeah, never asked for love. So if I had another display group and then I go in and I connect the objects and I can connect that one because I've got a second one in there, and then I should be able to go here and I go trigger animation on this one. Yeah, so I've got this one, which is, right, I'll put trigger screen on that one. Right, there we go. So we're done. Right, so I think if I play that.
Oh wait, you might want to put them at different times.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. Sorry. Thanks, Rob. Right. So if I put on.
People are really loving the updated doors, and I think that's really cool.
So this one is. If we go in there, I should put really an object in that display group, really, because no, it is. There we go.
You should
right. So I should rename that one to animation, shouldn't I? Really? Should call it.
We should mention that. So if you connected all to a display sequencer, all those options are there as well. So. Keep it open fixed, keep it closed indefinitely, open it for an amount of time, however long it takes for your coaster car to get through.
Right, so opening the door, I want to say a second after actually playing the screen, the video, yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Did you put a picture on it?
I'm getting there, man. I'm going to put a movie on it. Let's say Cosmic Cow, because I love Cosmic Cow. Put that on, and then we'll play it. And boom. Oh, I've gone fast forward. Sorry.
Yes,
that was my fault. Sorry. Right, so just double check. Wait a minute. I've done something wrong. Let me just check. Oh god, I should. Screen. Oh, because I didn't put that to there.
What's doing wrong, Rob?
I think the video billboard's upset about something.
Remember, hot build.
Yeah. I think
things.
This might be my fault. Oh, because I didn't put it on. This is the thing. I always do this. This is.
Don't worry.
Oh, it's all good.
Do you want a video or?
Video, probably better.
That was weird. Yeah.
Don't worry too much about any of this. But,
okay.
like we said,
I've got
it's
to switch
always...
it on. That would actually be really useful, wouldn't it? Really. Yeah. And I think we're good. That's it. Right, let's try again.
That's it. I think it's unset it again.
Have I? What? I didn't even mean to do that.
I think it's just the nature of the build.
All right.
Let's not worry too much about it right now.
Yeah.
But
the image works. There we go. Let's do that. Oh god.
Don't worry about it, Sam. It's all right. And then you press OK on there. So you're not pressing OK.
This is my biggest frustration.
There you go.
There we
Look
go.
at that.
Right.
You got there in the end. It's okay.
Breathe.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching.
Well, it's actually not going to work because I haven't put the video on. Boom. We will fix that.
No, it was fixed. It was fine. It was more the user error.
It was. I think it was user error.
Well, that's okay.
It's definitely user error.
I think that people understood the feature, and that's the most important thing. It's very exciting.
Oh my god!
There's
so many things.
Right. So, and again, reminder, everybody, this is a free update coming. It's 1.8. It's coming out for free. Anybody owns Planet Coaster, it will automatically update, and you'll have all this stuff added to the game for free. So, I think there's a couple of more things to touch on before we say goodbye.
Yes.
What do we got?
All right. So,
blue highlight.
That's really bit. That was the bit. That is the best bit. Yeah.
Tell me why it's the best bit.
Right. So look at this. This has bugged me. This has bugged me for so many years. Okay.
2 years. Well, three, 4 years.
Right. Yeah. So if I go into all scenery and we find in say let's go on the filters and it's property and we'll say it's not billboard. No. I know. Let's go into something like what's really quite obscure. Well, not obscure, but nicely cut. Let's try these beetles, okay? So, right, lovely beetles everywhere.
And they look great.
Right, so I obviously, let's pause the game so we can actually see them properly. When it comes to colouring things, okay, one thing that always really bugged me was
having
the
to
blue
click
filter
off it afterwards, right?
Yeah, to see the actual thing. The filter has gone. We've taken it away, so now you can actually Like you can see when you select it, you get the highlight.
Yeah.
So if I make this black, for instance, or very dark, like this, you can see that slightly blue haze. As soon as you click on there, it goes, and the highlight goes, and everything goes. So as soon as you click on the flex
as soon as you click on the flex colour to change it, it takes it off, so that you can get an actual accurate representation of what it will look like when you're finished.
So the blue tint is really, really handy because it kind of shows you what you've selected. But what it is really bad for is for colouring. So, and this was the bane of my life for a long time because you could never balance your colours properly. But now you can. And this is like by far, for me, for some reason, because it's a colour thing.
As Tilly 2 mentions, this is the best new feature. Love it.
Absolutely. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Wally TV says that they've bugged everybody. Crowd pleasers is awesome, which is great. Awesome. Great job, Sam.
Thanks, man. It wasn't me. It was probably Rob.
No, I don't think you're on this one.
I'll
take the credit.
Great job. Planet Coaster team.
We also have something that I can't demonstrate because you can't hear it. Is
they should be able to.
Yeah, I know, but I can't do it. Yeah, I've got to balance it. But you can triggered speakers now have pitch as well as volume, so you can trigger their pitch or volume within the trigger editor.
So are we Mike Maidment working on that kind of stuff?
It was really, really big deal actually. There's a lot of audio work on that, and it wasn't really just like, just add fade on that.
Well, that's it. We don't want to in any way. We can't show it right now easily. We can't demonstrate it very easily because we're in a bit of a crowded room here. But we don't want to diminish the hard work that went into that. It's a fantastic new feature. So what does it do exactly?
So before on sort of the speakers, you could have a set pitch, and does it work for volume? Yeah, as well as volume. So it used to be fixed, but now with you can use the display sequencer to change it.
Okay.
And that works on your custom audio as well, doesn't it? Audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So yeah.
Say you had like a bunch of blocks at a bunch of different pitches to make like notes on like a piano or something, and you played them to make a song. You can now just do it with one, as opposed to having to have one for each type of pitch that you'd want.
Great.
It's just something that people have asked for, and we had the time, and audio had the time to put it in.
Great. That's
fantastic. People enjoy it.
It's really good actually because it kind of gives you another little tool to mess around with and have fun with. I think it's
epic.
So
anyone think that it's epic? Sam does.
It's totally epic.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, is there anything else that we need to cover, or are we all good for now?
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
No, absolutely, we will be back.
And we won't
some
be
information.
taking your boots and your motorcycle.
I know the reference.
Yeah. I said that to someone the other day, and they were like, "You're so old." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, it doesn't matter how old you are to know like one of the most fantastic references in cinema.
That's what I kind of said.
Anyway,
I was like, "Well, you're too young."
If that film came, this is a very pointless thing to say at the end of this live stream, but if that film came out now, I think I'd be the kind of person who was like, "Oh, it's a joke. The first one was so serious, and the second one, why did they turn it to a comedy?" Yeah. That's the kind of thing I'd say.
Is it?
And I hate that. I think about that person because Terminator 2 is one of my favourite films ever.
Yeah, it's great.
And Terminator 1 was so serious, but imagine how different that felt.
Yeah.
When that came out.
Terminator 1 was like, it's the difference between Alien and Aliens.
I suppose so, but Aliens isn't a comedy. Anyway,
we'll be back later with film critique.
Imagine that moment where he puts the thumbs up. You'd be like,
we'll be stroking our chin slots. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, into the lava.
Yeah, into the lava. All right, everybody. This is a Planet Coaster live stream. Nothing to do with any other licenses.
Features.
Lots of features coming.
Look, if you don't want to know, you just screen grab this.
Don't do that. Don't do that. There could be all sorts of typos and things in there. But thank you so much for coming along tonight.
Thanks.
And thank you.
Rob.
Yeah, thank you for coming by.
Oh
thank
man,
you so much
it's always a pleasure.
We will have some new information soon as well. That's just a little teaser. Nothing more to talk about today, but that is the free update, 1.8 update that's coming out soon. All of that is just going to update for every Planet Coaster owner. Some really cool stuff, nice and quick. Fire them off. Fire off some of the stuff that's coming.
Restaurants,
food vending machines,
slapping coasters,
new fireworks,
blue stuff that isn't blue.
No longer blue.
Staff colours on right. It's
I've got to tidy this room up now.
I need that list.
triggers for doors.
Triggers
for sound.
trigger stores will definitely get that work.
This is very silly.
The screen has
Loads of object browser
There it
inspectors,
is.
which was really handy.
Yes.
Those things are really epic, and they will really make your day. Basically, customise operational staff as well. We can paint them things. Everybody.
Excuse me.
Basically, good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you again, everybody, for coming along tonight. Remember to keep an eye on all the social media channels and all of our official forums for any new Planet Coaster news. Sam?
Hello.
Again, want to
Sorry,
say thank you?
it's very late. I'm way past my bedtime.
We've been working for a very long time, and I really appreciate it. We appreciate all the hard work and appreciate all the work from all the Planet Coaster team. Rob, thank you so much again for coming along.
We'll just sit around watching Rob do everything.
Epic!
Oh, yeah, do the epic.
See
Hold
you.
on, one more.
You wanna do
We've
one
got
more
to say
time? One more
goodbye
time.
with an epic. Hold on. And right, everyone ready? Hold on.
An epic goodbye.
Right.
Ready?
Epic outro, yeah.
Oh. Right. Thank you very much, people. Good night. Boom. Woo. I'm going to fall off my chair.